My name is Marc from Chijs. I used to study in Maastricht from 1991 to 1995, and I'm now an internet entrepreneur in China and investing in a lot of different internet companies and high-tech companies. First experience as an entrepreneur was when I set up a consulting company actually back in 2002, which was I used to work for a multinational. And I decided to become an entrepreneur, not really knowing what it would be like to be an entrepreneur. It was a very different experience. Suddenly you jump into a new world basically, without really anybody around to help you. In a multinational it's very easy because there's secretaries around, there's a company to help you with things. As an entrepreneur, suddenly you're on your own. You have to really decide what to do every day. There's nobody telling you that you have to do something. That was a bit difficult. I had to really learn quickly in order to survive basically, but it was fun. I realized that the freedom you have, the freedom to do the things you want to do, it really made life more interesting than working for a company. So that was my first experience, and I did many other companies afterwards. Well, I think if people refer to me as a serial entrepreneur, it really means that I like to do many different things. I'm not one person who's going to work on one business for his whole life. I want to do different things, and I think that's for many entrepreneurs the same, because there are people who want to grow things quickly. They're not people who want to do one thing for the whole life. They probably would have worked for a company if they would do that. So in that way, it's sort of it's a mindset, I guess. It's the way you are. You want to build stuff. You want to do it quickly, and then move on to the next thing. And I think that's, if you look at my personality, I don't think I could ever really do something for more than 5 years. This would bore me probably. Setting up a business in China is not easy. It's quite hard actually. It's much harder than doing it in Holland or in the West in general, because there's so many other things you have to look at. There's the government with regulations the government can really change things for you. It's more difficult as a foreigner because it's harder to set up a business. There are more regulations for you. You miss out on a cultural aspect because you're not Chinese. So you miss out on a certain network that you would have automatically when you are Chinese. So it's much harder in general to do it in China than in other countries. On the other hand, China is a huge market, so it's also a big advantage to be there, because your home market is going to be so much bigger than any other market in the world. So there's disadvantages and advantages, and for me, looking back, it was a good decision to do it in China. But for people who are new to the market, who want to enter China right now, it's probably going to be harder. About 2 years ago, I started with two other partners an online fashion company called United Styles, which is a company where people can design their own clothes, and we make it for you and send it to you wherever you are in the world. It's basically meant to disrupt the industry, disrupt the traditional fashion industry, where people are normally forced to buy things that other people design for them. But you may like a certain shirt or a certain dress or whatever, but you just feel there's one thing missing. I would like to change one thing a little bit. Well, if you do it at United Styles, you can really design it yourself and make sure you get exactly the kind of product you want to have at the moment you want to have it. I think the advice I would give to graduating students at the moment would be to probably first get some experience working for another company. Learn how business works. Learn what it takes to run a business, and maybe do that for 5-6 years. Maybe also earn a bit of money so you have a buffer. So once you get started as an entrepreneur, it's always good to have some money in your pocket that you can spend on your own business, so you don't need to go directly to financiers to a bank. So then you have the experience and you have a bit of money, and then get started.